Welcome back to the channel. It's gonna be a different kind of video today, more of a ranting one, like we talked about, I hinted towards last week, but that's okay. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna try something new, try something different, and let's just get into it. There's stuff I want to shit talk. So it started in school, right? You'd have the teacher, usually in your math class, and they'd be like, you have to learn your timetables because you're not gonna have a little calculator in your pocket all the time. Right, and then we got calculators in our pocket all the time. But not only does it calculate the easiest things in the world, but you can also do anything with it. It went from being able to send hello, goodbyes, to being able to record yourself and share anything you wanted across the world to anybody else across the world. It's crazy. And the thing about that is that you could share something as minimal as the newest TikTok dance, or as insane as beginning a personal business and venturing just from your phone. Crazy. And although you could make the argument that there should be a few people that shouldn't be able to say the things they say online, ultimately, undeniably, it's a beautiful thing that we're able to do that and communicate with people nations away. The problem is that with new freedoms comes new audiences to exploit. They see that these people want to be the next TikTok star or the next million view YouTube channel. And so they go, oh, did you want to be rich and famous? Well, all you had to do was say so. Give me your credit card and I'll make it happen. Give me your credit card and I'll make it happen.
Hey!
The biggest thing is AI tools right now. Download this app, put your videos in, and we'll just edit it for you, and we'll do all this stuff for you, and it'll be perfect, and you'll be rich and famous like the D'Amelio sisters, or like other famous people. I don't know that, right? And obviously, who wouldn't want that? If it was truly that easy, who would say no to that? It sounds awesome. All I have to do is just use these tools, and then just like that, I'm rich and famous. Who wouldn't fucking want that? You're lying if you said you wouldn't be like,
oh, well, I wouldn't hate if that happened.
Right? Of course, it's amazing. And I truly think that AI can be helpful. I'm not saying that it's all bad. Like, I'm sure just general like information organizing or making some kind of work line more efficient, that kind of stuff can optimize and save everybody time and money and everything in that sense. But specifically when it comes to content creation and trying to show yourself to the world and your own creativity and your own personality and what you have to offer, having someone do that for you is just not going to help you. When it comes to trying to produce yourself through video content or produce yourself through any form of art or product, those tools are only going to hinder your growth and your productivity in the long run, because everyone is desperate to be famous right now. If they're not famous tomorrow, then they're a failure. And hey, guess what? That makes us all failures then. That's stupid. You're doing fine. We're all doing fine. Now, this topic isn't new, obviously. You can go on YouTube here and search AI scam, and you'll find countless videos. I myself really enjoy Drew Gooden and Curtis Connor. We'll be referencing a Curtis Connor video later on that he did about trying to make a faceless YouTube channel and how a bunch of people try to make it look as like, it's just easy, just do these things and the money comes raking in, right? So we'll be using him as an example later on too. But for now, it's my turn, baby. Sorry about that. So this kind of topic's been weighing on me for a while, and people just trying to convince others to give them money with fake promises. And I was going to do what I always do and just rant about it in one of my vlogs for my wedding countdown and stuff like that. But then I saw this one ad that I'm about to show you, and it really just sent me over the edge and rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if it's supposed to be clickbait or trick you into... I don't know, but here's what it was.
Need a UGC video for your business? Find me and many other skilled creators on Fiverr. Or you could grab a top camera, add good lighting to make everything pop. Learn the latest trends, stay updated, videos change fast. Plan your content, be consistent and creative. Know your platforms, adapt your content. Each one's different. Edit like a pro. Cut, trim, and polish. Make it shine, but not too shine. It's still user-generated content. Or just find your next creator on Fiverr.
All right, so right away you're like, it's just Fiverr trying to get some business. It's just what they do. But they say you can hire people on Fiverr. And then they try to make it seem like doing anything by yourself is the most painstaking, impossible thing in the world. Like they don't want you to even consider attempting to do anything on your own and just jumping to Fiverr and giving them money. And this isn't going to be an anti-Fiverr video. This is going to be an anti-fear tactic video. Or it's not going to be that serious, but I'm going to rant and it's going to be about this fucking ad, dude. So it opens with the person saying UGC content. And at the end of that video, they say what it is, which is user-generated content. And this isn't really about that, but just briefly, that's pretty much anybody who's not a company making content. So like not M&Ms, but like a TikToker, or like that person in that video might also be a content creator. And that's why that Fiverr hired them to make that commercial for them, you know, or ad. But I want to go down the list they just said that they try to cram in really quickly and adding words that sound scary or trying to make it seem all overwhelming and like, but don't even worry about that because you can just go to Fiverr.
Or you could grab a top camera.
Grab a top camera. If you look up what top camera means, it'll say, in quotes, top camera could mean a lot of things because that's not a type of camera. Top camera could be the camera that's on top. Top camera could be the top of the line camera that you happen to have here. It's just a word that they threw in there to try to convince you that you're already not adequate enough to try to do your own stuff. And to make things better, as soon as they say grab a top camera, it cuts to their cell phone. That's what I'm recording on, man. That's all you need. Top camera.
Grab a top camera, add good lighting to make everything pop.
What is popping in that video? It's just them in frame talking, right? The goal of my lighting is that you can see me while I'm talking to you. That's the goal of lighting. They have a ring light around their phone. It feels like everyone has one of those. It's like a big TikTok trend that or like the get ready with me content has a lot of ring light stuff. You don't need that. If you want a light, just find a lamp or whatever you have closer, push it closer to your camera, or move your camera, your phone closer to the whatever your light source is, right? If for some reason you really feel like you need a ring light because all of your friends have a ring light or all of your favorite content creators have a ring light, go on Amazon. You can find a really, I won't say really good, I haven't used them, but you can find a decent ring light for $10 or $20. Probably don't go above $20. I'm sure they're all the same thing eventually. But yeah, if you happen to have the budget and the money to spend on that kind of stuff, go right ahead. Same with my buddy who started streaming, found a light at Aldi of all places. If you guys don't know what that is, it's kind of like a grocery store. And it was like $15 and it has a cool like purple light behind him. And he had the money for it and he's like, fuck it, I'll try it out. You good? This motherfucker typing a goddamn novel. They got a shotgun in my face. Oh! And he's been streaming long before he had that light too. He didn't need it. It's just fun to have.
To make everything pop. Learn the latest trends, stay updated, videos change fast.
2 points I want to make about this one. First one, you're gonna most likely be using the social media that you want to get big on, right? So you're gonna be familiar with that application. So when it says learn the latest trends, there's a good chance that you're already going to be surrounded by whatever's doing good on TikTok or on YouTube, at least around your homepage, that they're going to try to be like, hey, there's a really high influx of random users that really like this song or like this skit. And we think that you'd like it because our odds are pretty good right now. So what you would do is you would just see what music they're using in the background or see what skit or dance moves or whatever they're doing is popping off, and you yourself can use that as inspiration for your content. It's just going to happen naturally. There is no algorithmic way to make sure you study and know the highest and hippest thing like that. It's just going to happen with time. The more you use it, the more you'll figure it out. Second point is, if your only goal in content making is to copy everybody else, how fulfilling is that going to be for you? If you're too hyper-focused on what everybody else is doing, are you spending enough time on what you want to do and how you want to share yourself to the world? Is it really going to be fulfilling if you're just chasing down and trying to carbon copy what everybody else does to make them famous? Just food for thought for that last part.
Change fast. Plan your content. Be consistent and creative.
Even if you're hiring everybody else under the sun to do the work for you, you should still be planning out your content regardless. Your plan would look different, but you should still have a plan. It doesn't have to be a 365-day calendar filled out, every hour accounted for kind of plan. Even a rough outline of what your plan is for the channel in general, or what your goals are and how you want to achieve them, can be really nice to have to fall back on, especially when maybe things don't go wrong or you get your confidence gets shaken up and stuff like that. Like, let's say that you made 5 vlogs about like a wedding countdown and like your fitness journey because you're trying to like hit a goal of like, I don't know, 178 pounds by your wedding. And the more you vlog it, the more you realize that maybe vlogging isn't really for you. But at the same time, you're like, well, I already was dedicated to making content up until my wedding. So is it even a wedding content anymore? And you're like, well, it's my channel, so I can really do what I want. But at the same time, you're like, well, I'm not true to what I was trying to do originally, so maybe I can just do short form about the wedding content. But then I'm like, well, then I also want to try to do some kind of commentary to share like my own thoughts and actually add my personality to the channel. And then you're like, well, maybe it doesn't really matter, so we can just try to do new things that I don't really know what to do. For example, being consistent and creative, it's going to happen by itself. All right, consistency means different things for a lot of different people. I watch channels that post once a month. I watch channels that post every 4 days. Equally successful. One's not blowing the other one out of the water, and they do what they love, and they do it at their own pace, right? So especially when you're starting off, you have no one to answer for. Same with your creativity. You have nobody to answer to except yourself. So you just start. You get to find out what you like and what you don't like, how involved or not involved you want your videos to be, what meets your content or your products or whatever your medium that you're trying to share with people. And that'll come with time, right? Anything you do more of, whether it be drawing or video editing or everything in between, it's all going to get better and refined the more you do it and the more you get comfortable with it, especially when the point of that content is to share parts of yourself. Because you'll be able to explore yourself in that new way while sharing it with everyone else. And it's this beautiful cycle of just getting better and better over time.
Be consistent and creative. Know your platforms, adapt your content. Each one's different.
To some extent, yeah, absolutely they are different. The kind of long-term video you would make on YouTube or that you would stream and try to cut up for a YouTube highlight would be completely different than if you tried to make that shorter content into a TikTok, right? But it's not like you have to become an immediate master of the TikTok ways to touch the application, or that you have to, if you're recording a YouTube video and you don't really know what TikTok is, don't even try. Hire somebody else to do it. No. It's not so different that you don't understand how things work. The more you post, the more you'll find what you like or what don't like, or what's get retention, what doesn't get retention, maybe moving your camera up, down, adding a sticker, whatever. These are things that you're going to find out on your own by just using it. Acting like each social media platform has 50 separate marks that you have to hit in order to make an amazing video that does well is just bullshit. It's just trying to scare you out of trying. That's all this whole thing is. So just, again, focus on making yourself do it, actually making that content, and you will get comfortable with whatever platforms you want to start using because you're going to be using them.
Each one's different. Edit like a pro. Cut, trim, and polish. Make it shine, but not too shine. It's still user-generated content. Or just find your next creator on Fiverr.
Okay, then it closes out with editing like a pro. You don't want to do it too well because you still want it to be user-generated. That's blatantly just trying to intimidate you out of trying to edit stuff. There's minimal things on YouTube that are produced well in any aspect. Okay, that's not even an insult. I'm not saying it looks bad. Like even Sam Sulek. Sam Sulek is the most popular fitness influencer right now. And at his peak, all he was doing was adding an intro, and the things he recorded with his camera and or phone, he just made sure they were in the order that he recorded it so it would make sense. That was it. And they were like 40 minutes. Sometimes it was just him just talking to a camera in his car, or him just talking to his camera in the kitchen. There was no special effects or green screens or across the screen, none of that bullshit. But that being said, there's a completely other side of the spectrum too, that you can go as little or as much as you want. A poor timed example is Mr. Beast, right? As whatever your opinion may be of him, it is undeniable that his videos have an amazing production quality. There's so much stuff that goes into that, and things that I don't even comprehend how to do. He puts so much money, because he happens to have that much money, right? But he has the freedom to put as much product and CGI and fund all of these actors and these events and whatever, right? So am I saying that should be your goal? No, dude, absolutely not. Look at me. I'm in my office. I'm wearing sweatpants. I have one light, and I don't know why this is here. I was planning on writing on it, and I forgot. So here we are, you know? That whole video, it just gets me that whole video is just trying to make everything that you are completely capable of seem like it's an impossible task, and you should just go to Fiverr and buy their stuff. And again, this isn't an anti-Fiverr video. Okay, I think Fiverr is fantastic, especially for gift ideas. I bought my fiance special made, somebody drew us as Spider-Man, as like a comic book cover. That was really cool. Fiverr helps personal businesses promote their own ways, their niches of making content or providing a product of any kind, and it's awesome, right? My gripe is that you shouldn't rely on those things to be big portions of what you're trying to do and share to the world. The point I'm trying to make here is just that even outside of Fiverr, if you're wildly dependent on everybody else to do the work for your channel, that's going to severely stunt your creative growth and your learning by doing, right? Because the learning by doing implies that you're doing the doing and you're not, you know? Another slowly becoming more relevant issue is that a lot of those people on Fiverr will charge you an arm and a leg, and then they put your little prompt into an AI generator and then just send it back to you, and then they're like, okay, money. It just comes from a fear of failing. People don't want to put themselves out there and be laughed at and everything else, which is just not going to happen. If you're surrounded by people that would make fun of you for trying to put yourself out there and be somebody or grow safe in your own skin, then those aren't people you should be around anyway. And I really, really do wish it wasn't such a stigma of failing being a bad thing, which is not. It's how people grow. I'm wrong all the time, and I adjust that and become unwrong with those things, and then I find more things to be wrong about, but it's a beautiful cycle because I keep growing into a better person. At least that's what I keep trying to tell myself. I keep moving my microphone around, but that's because I'm very emotional right now about this, and I'm very passionate. In the Curtis Connor video I briefly mentioned earlier, he tried to follow along with this content guru who said that you could make money off of a video by just outsourcing everything, right? Just having everybody do everything else.
His name is Debunking. He claims to have made 7 figures with his various faceless YouTube channels, and he also runs this thing called the Faceless Channel Academy with over 400 students. Whoa, no way! An online course? Shocker!
He tried to do it a little better than that, and again, you should watch it because I'm totally underselling what happened. But just from one video, he got a thumbnail, a script, paid somebody else to do the voiceover, and paid somebody to make all of the background for the video, for the whole thing. And for one video, it cost him almost $1,000 or about $1,000, dude, for one video. And also, spoiler alert, that didn't work out very well. That channel didn't do very well because obviously it's not that easy. And thankfully, he was in a situation where that's not like a huge hit for him to try that out, right? But if I were to try to put all of my money and put all of my next paycheck into that one video that got a couple views and didn't make any money, where would I be, dude? Because I don't know if you know how YouTube works, but it's not like you make one video and then all of a sudden you're a millionaire now. You need a certain amount of views, a certain amount of subscribers, and you need to be able to build up that audience that can prove that you can have a consistent viewership, and then that'll welcome sponsors and everything else. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm poor. There is a lot of time and commitment that goes into sharing yourself. My example is video content, obviously, but even if you're an artist trying to produce a physical product and stuff like that, there's going to be a lot more give than there's going to be take for a long time. But that give doesn't have to be you just shelling out money to anybody that claims I can help you, right? That give can just be your time, your effort, and a whole bunch of patience. Man, that's the name of the game. You just got to keep trying, refining your skills, and be patient that someday your audience will find you. Because am I going to guarantee you're going to have millions of followers? No, I can't guarantee you that. I don't even know what you're producing. Maybe you're making crochet squirrels that have abnormally large teeth and that's your niche. Cool. I'm sure over time you'll find an audience that loves that. I don't know why squirrels scare me, but that's cool for you. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the more people are going to enjoy it and be able to appreciate it more and pay for it. One more thing I want to touch on before we finish today is after I wrote the outline for this video, I was scrolling on YouTube yesterday morning and I ran into Course IV, this company, Course IV, and I got this ad right here.
To learn AI, watch others get ahead while you stay behind. Disappear for 1 month to become the most dangerous person in the room. First, stop scrolling. Second, take a 1-minute quiz. Third, spend 15 minutes a day learning new skills. And the last, become a master of AI tools. In 1 week, you'll feel unstoppable. In 2 weeks, you'll have your strategy. In 4 weeks, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. You in? Try now.
So at first I realized I completely fucked my algorithm while investigating for this video when it came to like outsourcing and AI products and stuff like that. So now they're going to think that I'm desperate for the latest and greatest tools to make me a millionaire, which is fucking great. But listen, investigators investigate. So I clicked the link. Upon clicking that link, I was met with a questionnaire. I think it was about 20 questions. I don't really remember. And for some reason, it must have been early, but the first like 5 or 6 questions I answered truthfully for some fucking reason. And then I realized I didn't have time for that, so I just started spamming a bunch of answers to get to the very end. So I wanted to see what the prices would be because I just knew they'd be ridiculous. And then I get to the end, and then they ask for my email so they can send me my special offer, personalized and everything. So I didn't do that because I have enough emails in my inbox that I'm ignoring. I don't need to invite more. So instead, I just straight up looked up Course IV prices. And the first thing that popped up was Course IV scam. Not joking. I screen recorded it. And if you were to click on that page, it'll show a lot of people complaining about how Course IV gypped them out of all of their money. And apparently also Course IV's main target demographic is 40s and 50s because they have one of their ads that are like, don't fall behind, catch up with the times. Didn't try to rhyme there. Oh my God. But don't worry. Course IV is more than an app. It's your next step to a brighter career. They also have a typo in their disclaimer section for the website, but that's just me nitpicking, and of course a scam has a typo, right? Of course, there are going to be times in your career that you're going to have to rely on other people to help you out, right? If you're an artist and you're selling a product, you're going to have to collab with a merchandising company to make your t-shirts or your posters or whatever it is. Or you're going to need a manager to help you with traveling or brand deals and stuff like that, right? Or fucking hell, if you're a TikTok star, you're probably going to need a CPA, a personal accountant, because that sounds terrible around tax season. How do you keep track of any of that? My only argument is I don't want you to get into the habit of outsourcing your own creativity and personality. I'm doing it. And I don't have the best views to defend that choice, but I am. Trial and error, right? And again, if you're in the fortunate situation where you have the resources to be able to ask of everybody else to do everything for you and you just have to hit that submit button and that's what you want, that's not my business. That's perfectly fine. I won't complain. My argument is that if you rely on others, then you truly won't be able to show yourself and share yourself the way you want to. Aren't you just using other people's ideas by covering a topic that's been overdone and just regurgitating it in ways that have been done way better than you are doing right now? All right. Okay, Jesus. Look, like I said in the beginning, this is not a new topic. This has been covered countless times. It will continue to be covered countless times. But this is my channel and I wanted to talk about it. And I just want to make it abundantly clear. if I did all of this talking and you're confused and you're like, can this just be over? Just know this. You don't need a million resources and you don't need $1 million in order to do what I'm doing right here. I have my phone on a stand and a microphone that my brother got me for my birthday one year. And I'm just talking and I'm having a great time. I had a great time with this video. It sucks that it took me 3 tries to get here, but it's gonna be great and I'm gonna keep doing stuff like this the more I feel motivated to do so. And even if you wanna take parts of this, of your journey, more seriously, whatever that may be, there are countless resources that are completely free. Whether it be on YouTube, where you can search up better camera angles or how to accentuate your features through lighting or the best microphone setups. There are countless of people that are way more successful than I'll ever be, that have way better advice than I'll ever have for you. Or if it's more like traditional kind of information, like computer science, there's countless different math courses and science courses and stuff on YouTube too, completely free. And even if that kind of stuff makes you uncomfortable and nervous to watch through YouTube where anybody can upload content, there's even universities that have free resources and beginner courses on that content to warm you up to what it could be. And I'm talking like Yale, Princeton, Stanford.
Did you teach yourself to code? Harvard puts their computer science courses online. You don't need to go to Harvard. You can just like look at the Harvard class online. It's crazy. Yeah.
Just know that you're not doing anything wrong. If you're starting your journey and you're trying and you're truly exploring the options of what it is that you want to do, then you're doing more than most. Don't think that if you're not famous by 25 or if I'm not famous by next year trying to do this stuff, that you're a failure, because you're not. That's not how that works. You're surrounded by people that want to make you feel inadequate because you didn't find the secret to success, where there is no secret. Okay? It's just being patient, working hard, and getting really lucky. And we're all going to get there. It just takes time. And that's what I wanted to share about today. I just don't like this whole scaring people into thinking they need to rely on strangers to make themselves happy. But that's enough sappy shit for today. You guys are doing just fine, okay? I hope you're having a wonderful week and a wonderful day and a wonderful everything. And I'll see you guys later. It says, say something funny as you close out. What is... Specifically, Drew Gooden and Curtis Connor are 2 people that made videos about AI and about fucking me in the ass. I wish.